I'm a descending board member of the Nightingale Mentoring Network, so this is my last mission, and that is to be a comfort to Marit, who is going to have a lecture in English, and introduce Marit Tveraabak. Tveraabak. She's telling me how to pronounce her name. Tveraabak, yes. From Bodø University College, the Nordic University College. I'm going to sit down now, thank you.
Thank you very much. And she's supporting me, and I'm very glad for that. As Nita told, my name is Marit Tveraabak. And I'm coming from the northern part of Norway, a place called Bodø. It's 50,000 inhabitants. And I work at the University of Norland. The county is Norland, and the city is Bodø. And it is a university.
Yes, I know.
Yes. We have been a university college, but it's back in time. I work there with a bachelor program in child welfare and social work, where I am primarily responsible for students in praxis and training supervisors. Before I started at the university, I've been working as a therapist for young people who had different kinds of psychiatric problems. But I've been for a long time at the university, about 14 years. And the Nightingale mentoring machines. I'm going to talk about this meeting as possibilities. Yes, and it's about relationships. Yes. So, and I will show you some picture, and I will use two narratives and reflect over. It's from the students, and I'm going to use both the text and the picture. The Nightingale mentoring machine has given the students and myself an opportunity to become familiar with an area of the field of practice unfamiliar to many of us. In my conversation with the students, most of them tell me that they have had a little or no previous experience or close family with families or minorities group. By participating in the Nightingale, they see the opportunity of participating in a praxis that can give a different kind of experience to supplement more traditional teaching method and praxis. It seems to me that they want to challenge themselves through meeting the unknown and the unfamiliar. Through supervising and reading the students' reflection in the notebooks, I gain knowledge and insight of what they have done each week together with the children. What they see as positive, challenging, and uncertain. It gives me a great opportunity to delve briefly into the students' experience, to view something of what has stood out of them and has been important for their self-awareness and learning through mentorship. So far, when I've been working with the mentoring program, I have met about 80 students. Helen Coney writes that personal ties are a prerequisite in mentoring, and that the personal relationship that develops between mentor and mentored child contains two special aspects that are mixed of an instrumental and a personal support, with emphasis on the personal support. The challenge for the mentor in the Nightingale scheme is to go into a committed relationship with the child and the family, working to build good relationships and collaboration. This required active participation from the students. A mentor is something different than a traditional tutor or advisor. The children are picked up at their home and they agree on the content of the meetings together. During the meetings, the mentor gains into the child's and family daily life, at the same time as being a door opener to the Norwegian society. I will emphasize the significance of the meeting for the development of knowledge with a focus on mentoring. I will base this on two narratives. The first is an uncomfortable meeting. This is from one of the mentors. The first time I met the family was quite uncomfortable. I felt lonely and had a glimpse of what it's like to be the one who does not understand the language. Even thought I knew that for me this discomfort would end in a short time. For many families, this is the new everyday life that they will have to learn to live with. They will be living in a country where they do not understand what people say. They will meet scrutinizing looks or gazes that avoid them, and they will not know what people are laughing at. That was how I felt during the first meeting, and to be honest, I had a bleak view of the months that lay ahead of me. I believe that having this experience, even though it was only for a few occasions, did something to my way of meeting others.
Excuse me, is it possible to get a copy of this at this time?
Not yet, but later.
It's an article, it has an article under development.
So we'll come, yes. So I will be pleased to share. The above narrative is taken from the experience of a student who was involved in the Nightingale program. The students described some of the challenges she experienced from her first meeting with the family of the child she is going to mentor. The discomfort and uncertainty about what she is about to enter into can provide an experience of being on the outside. All through, the students feel discomfort about going into the unknown. This gives her the opportunity to challenge her own experience and become better acquainted with herself. Her experience provides a base for developing her knowledge. Being in praxis over time does not automatically guarantee that the student will gain professional knowledge. Previous experience, opinions, understandings, and the cultural context of an individual are all instrumental to how events are understood and used. Being a mentor over time gives the students repeated opportunities to view themselves in the meetings with others. They can ask questions like, what is challenging for me here? What are values that I am building my understanding on? The discomfort a student experiences provides the opportunity to reflect on the feeling and bodily reaction of discomfort. This is part of the core that the development of self-awareness as a social worker. Norwegian social workers have written about this, and Annbjørg Ungstad sees discomfort as a possible source of knowledge, as by going into feelings of discomfort and distress, the ensuing self-awareness can give rise to new questions. Questions like, who am I in this meeting with the other person? How shall I understand what is happening here? How should I deal with this situation? And not least, what do I need to know, need to learn? The moment a student chooses to write about this discomfort, she lifts her own experience and makes it subject to critical evaluation. She challenged her own thinking by asking herself the question, what was it that awakened my discomfort? The context she is in gives her an opportunity to challenge her own understanding. By being in another person's home, the student is not merely an observer, she is also an participant. This brings the expectation to her as a mentor into here and now. Her cultural values and norms are put to the test. She must act as she can, not put the even on hold. She had to handle the situation and take care of the situation. Now she can't say stop. The situation is also something ordinary and universally human. She's visiting and they are getting to know each other. The meeting as a whole, the interaction between the student, the family and the child allows for the development of different kinds of knowledge. How the student chooses to understand the experience in praxis and how she acts will also form the basic for her theoretical understanding. It's also a Norwegian called Merete Saus, and a lot of works among the Lapps living in the north. She describes theory that
Fertilizers.
Befrukter, alltså
Fertilizers.
Yeah, it's a bit practice by giving the possibility for reflection over an enterprise. She says that theory and praxis have a mutual relationship. Students have an opportunity to test their understanding of various theoretical subjects they have acquired so far in the studies by being together with the child in various contexts. Martin Grander from Spain, also Grander describes the importance of context for the development of knowledge in this article, Learning Through Mentoring. He writes, it's the students he's talking about, see the knowledge they develop in the mentor program as the result of a unique learning process, a process that is not coded in the regular education system. Learning consists of different types of knowledge, but it is the context that is most important for the experience to really become knowledge. The discomfort that the students describe occurs in the context of relationship, which through reflection gives the students the opportunity to ask herself questions about the feeling. It gives her a chance to take in the other person's perspective, to get a taste of being a stranger on the outside, not understanding. For the next narratives, it's about equal meetings. And equal is central to the mentor program. It requires the students to consider the child as a separate person with their own position or opinions. In the United Nations Child Convention, Article 12 states that children have the right to be asked and heard regarding matters that concern themselves. Mentors are expected to prepare things in a way that the children are active participants and can impact their own knowledge of what it is like to be a child today, in particular to be a children from a minority background. Equally, it's about seeing the child as an independent person with their own opinions. The mentor's role is important, crucial to how the relationship will evolve. The various activities give the students the opportunity to include the child in the planning and choosing of what they do together. One of the mentors put it in the following terms: I still have many good memories that I will keep in my heart. We have now been together almost every week since October. It means that we have become quite familiar to each other through laughing a lot together, playing, baking, going to the movies, playing football, dancing, swimming, skipping, or just talking about school. And been home and so on. And I have some picture. And I told the students that people needs, not cultures. Also cultures, but it's people needs. And this is also a challenge that I told the other one, because this mentor had a nice green. Here the first day she met her little child. This is also from the first meeting, mentor and the child. And the meeting between students and child take place in various contexts. These may be at the mentor's home, at the stables, going fishing, on the football pitch, at the university, in the playground, the cinema, swimming pool, or the museum. And we are outside here, it is outside good, and you can see it's a winter time, it's snowing, and we are playing. Also you can see the snow. The possibilities are many. Sometimes the mentor and child meet alone, sometimes with other mentors and their children. Activities are arranged where all the mentors and children participate and can include their brothers and sisters and other children. All these meetings, they are many expectations, both to themselves and to others. Through a variety of games and activities, the mentors and children get to see each other and have many opportunities to learn about and from each other. The important thing is to do things together and we can talk things that are done together and have doing experience together. At the same time, as the children learn about from activities, they can make social connections with the peers. There is reciprocity in the meeting and joint exploration that that allows for participation of being equal. The students has to give the child an acknowledgement that he or she is worth being together with, as a mentor puts it. This year, as a mentor, has taught me a lot. Most of all, I have learned to be aware of how you meet a child and create a safe and free space for them. I have deliberately adopted some of the tools about conversation with children that we learn in class during the autumn. The books we read were mainly aimed at children in difficult situations and with behavioral problems. But Anne-Christie Root's Why Did No One Ask Me cites 3 basic principles that create good communication with children. These are meaning, dignity, and recognition. I have always enjoyed being with kids. I like their open mind and I learn from the boldness. Basically, I have using these principles for quite some time, but now I have learned and applied them consequently. I must admit that I have found it a little strange. This is something that you do as a professional, representing a public agency, and in the back of your mind, you know that the relationship will end in a somewhat unnatural way. The relationship also came about in a somewhat unnatural way, and this is something that I need to work on to get used to. The relationship is described as being important in different contexts. Miller emphasizes the importance of relationships related to developing knowledge. He questions how an individual mentor can integrate different parts of knowledge to the concept of knowledge, theoretical, practical, and empirical, in the interaction with a child.
Prerequisite.
It's for for the knowledge, the mentor gains, it's the quality of their relationship to the child. How they talk to them and the way they meetings revive aspect of the child's everyday life. Being together with the child, a student's openness and her experience of the child's open mind and boldness are essential to promoting her own unique awareness and knowledge. In the above narrative, the mentor shows how she uses the theoretical knowledge to underpin her understanding of how to develop the relationship. The mentor points out that she has learned something from her meeting with the child confidence, and how she integrates this. Being open to the other person is essential for the other to experience that they have seen and heard. The students give the child a unique value and experience that becomes significant for themselves as a mentor. The mentor gives the child independence and equally in the meetings, and they become important for each other. And according to Martin Buber, the human I is ambitious. In relationship, we can meet the other both asymmetric I, you way and in an asymmetric I, it way, where the other has become an object or a that. An I-you relationship involves empathy, support, and the closeness, but an I-it relationship involves distance, reflection, and contemplation. Both aspects are necessary for development, and it's only through the acknowledgement of others' I become aware of who I am. This is also relevant to the relationship between mentor and child. Their relationship will be both symmetrical and asymmetrical. In the above example, the mentor describes the strangeness of the relationship, what seems unnatural. The relationship between mentor and child is arranged, and how long it will last has been decided and advanced. It's good with some music. The structure of the mentorship is basically an asymmetric I-it relationship. The mentor tells how she has always tried with children, but now it is different for her because she will be with children in a professional role, representing a public service, the mentor program as public service. How can she use past experience and theory in relation to mentoring the child? The danger of seeing the child as an object is present. The mentor tells how being with the child has made her aware for how to meet a child. In doing so, she is conveying an I-you relationship. Yet through contemplation and reflection, she is also aware of the relevance for reflection of an I-it aspect, as it provides distance and the possibility to see what kind of work she needs to do with the relationship between her and the child. And it's a picture from another play, and this is, I have this written in Norwegian, and this is the Nightingale. And I think the Nightingale is going to sing beautiful when it's really safe. And I was thinking about what Mats Thorman talking today about self-theory for the child. But I think this also is about self-theory for the mentor. And it's also for me today. So thank you for listening to me.